All right, we are going to solve another inequality. And this one just has a greater than sign, but it also has parentheses. So for the left side, I'm just going to leave it alone for a minute. It's 35x minus 35. There's a greater than sign. And then I'm going to distribute the 5. Let's see. 5 times a 6x would be a 30x. And 5 times a minus 6 is a minus 30. All right, so I got 30. Oops. Told it to switch to black. Here we go. So you got 35x minus 35. I'm just recopying all this in black because I want to show the next steps in 2 different colors and I don't want it to interfere with the green. All right, so I need to get all my x's on one side, and a lot of people like to get them on the left, so I will do that. I will subtract the 30x's on the right, so that's gone. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I'll subtract it on the left. But since my x's are going to be on the left, I don't want that minus 35 over there. So I'm gonna add 35 at the same time so that that cancels out. But again, if you add 35 on one side, you have to add 35 on the other. So when I do this calculation here, I'm going to get 5x is greater than, and then I'll come over here and do this calculation, and negative 30 plus 35 is 5. So at this point I have a 5x is greater than 5. And then all I have to do is divide both sides by 5. The 5's cancel. You're left with x. I did not divide by a negative number, so I do not reverse the sign. So it's still a greater than. And then 5 divided by 5 is 1. So this is my answer as an inequality. So I did the solving part right here. And then it's going to say, pink, I think I did last time, give the answer in interval notation. So because its x is greater than 1, actually I like to graph these first. It just makes more sense to me. I think I'll just use the orange pen for that. Like if this is 1 and let's say this is 0 and this is 2, there we go. If x is greater than 1, you're going to be highlighting the number line to the right. All right, it's going to go this way to the right for all the numbers that are greater than 1. But because this is just a greater than sign and not an equal to, I need a parenthesis. And remember, when you're going to the right, you're eventually hitting infinity. So I can see my inequality, or sorry, my interval right here. It starts at the 1, but doesn't include it, so I need a parenthesis, comma, and then it goes to infinity. That's where it ends, and that's the interval notation. That's this answer that I highlighted in pink. That's interval notation. And then there's the graph. So when I did the graph, I used the orange highlighter. Graph the solution set. So there's my 3 answers. I solved it. I'm too obsessive about my color coding situation here. So there's the blue. There's my solving of the inequality. And then in the pink, that's my interval notation. And then in the orange, that's graphing on the solution set. For me, I'm a visual learner, and it actually helps to see the number line to translate it into the interval. Because number lines go from left to right, smallest to largest. And that is how intervals go. Let me use a pencil. This is the smallest possible value that x could be, and this is the largest possible value x could be. And then the parenthesis, if you have a parenthesis here, it says you cannot include the 1. It'd be the very next number larger than that. If you use a bracket, you do include the 1. So, anywho, that's that.